It's early morning in Hollywood, back in 1966. The clock reads 6 a.m. on the set where they're filming the Green Hornet. Stuntmen start showing up for work. They're stretching, getting ready. Nobody's talking much. You can feel the nerves in the air. The fight coordinator calls out to Rick. He's 35 years old and has been doing stunts for years. When he hears his name, his face drops. He asks who he'll be fighting against today. The answer? Kato. The other stuntmen look at each other. They feel bad for Rick. Someone tells him good luck. He's gonna need it. At 6:15, Bruce Lee walks in. He's only 5 foot 7 inches tall, but the energy he brings is electric. When he enters, everyone notices. He says good morning without really looking at anyone. He heads straight to his spot and starts practicing his moves alone. His punches are lightning quick. Every movement is sharp and exact. Rick watches him and feels worried about what's coming. The director yells for everyone to get in position. They start filming. Bruce moves like a blur. His strikes are too quick, too powerful. One punch actually hits Rick in the ribs. Not pretend, real contact. Rick bends over in pain. "Jesus, Bruce," he says. Bruce explains his thinking. In a real fight, speed matters. This is just a TV show, sure, but to make it look real on camera, it has to feel real when we're doing it. Rick tries to reason with him. "We're supposed to pull our punches." Bruce fires back. "Americans always pull punches. That's exactly why it looks fake on screen." They go again for a second take. Bruce's fist connects hard. Rick's head jerks to the side. He spits out blood and says he's finished. "You're actually hurting people," Rick tells him. Bruce doesn't see the problem. They're stuntmen. They should be able to handle it. During lunch, the stuntmen gather outside their trailers. They keep their distance from Bruce. Rick presses an ice pack against his ribs. Tom has ice on his jaw from getting hit yesterday. Steve is limping from a kick he took last week. "He kicked me at full strength," Steve says. "Claimed it was an accident." "An accident, sure it was," Rick says sarcastically. "Someone's going to end up with a serious injury," Tom adds. "Maybe we should talk to the producer," Rick suggests. Nobody speaks. They're weighing their pride against their safety. Finally, Tom breaks the silence. "I have a family. I can't risk head injury for a TV show." The others nod. They've made their decision. They'll go to the producer's office after lunch. Meanwhile, Bruce is alone inside, working on his Wing Chun techniques. He throws rapid punches at the air. In his mind, he's thinking, Americans want everything fake. They want it to look like a dance, like choreography. I'm showing them what's real, and they complain. They're soft, that's the real issue. It's not me, it's them. At 1 p.m., 3 stuntmen walk into William Dozier's office. Their faces are serious. Dozier sees them coming and already understands why they're there. "Gentlemen, have a seat," he says. Rick speaks up. "We have a serious problem. Bruce is hitting us with full force, every single take." Tom adds, "I have a family. I can't risk brain damage for a TV show. Eventually, someone's going to end up in the hospital." Dozier considers the situation carefully. The show needs Bruce. Kato is driving up the ratings. But the show also needs stuntmen. If they refuse to work, filming stops completely. "Let me take care of this," Dozier says. The stuntmen leave, not feeling confident anything will change. After they go, the assistant director comes in. He's going to seriously hurt someone. "I know," Dozier replies. "I've tried talking to him 3 separate times. He thinks he's teaching them something." Dozier picks up his phone and dials a number he knows by heart. "Gene, it's Bill Dozier. I need a favor." He pauses. "I've got a young martial artist who needs to learn some perspective." "Yes, that Bruce Lee." Laughter comes from the other end of the line. "Come by tomorrow at 6 a.m. Don't mention anything to him." Dozier hangs up with a smile on his face. The next morning, the stuntmen are whispering. Word has gotten around that Dozier called someone. At 6:15, Bruce shows up. He doesn't pay attention to the rumors. In his head, he's untouchable. At 7 a.m., a large figure appears in the doorway. He's huge, 6'3", 240 pounds. His ears are mangled from years of fighting. His nose has been broken. His hands look like baseball gloves. He walks in slowly. There's something dangerous about how calm he is. Bruce glances over but doesn't recognize him. He goes back to his training. The producer comes in. "This is LeBell. He'll be working with us today." Bruce doesn't bother looking up. Gene watches him carefully. He's studying every move. "Bruce, come over here," the producer calls out. Bruce walks over. Here's the rewritten version. Bruce walks over, full of confidence. "Bruce Lee, meet Gene," the producer says. Gene reaches out his hand. When they shake, Gene's grip is incredibly strong. Bruce pulls his hand back and flexes his fingers. "Gene does stunt work. He's a judo champion," the producer explains. Bruce assumes he needs to explain how the scene works. "Do you need me to walk you through the choreography?" Gene just smiles. "No, I'll figure it out. Let's get to work." Rick leans over and whispers to another stuntman. "Think he can handle Bruce?" Gene hears this. His smile gets bigger. Bruce has no clue what's about to happen. The fight coordinator explains the scene. It's a warehouse fight. Tom, Steve, Gene, you're the bad guys. Bruce takes all of you down. Bruce nods. Standard stuff. "Gene, where do you want to be positioned?" the coordinator asks. "Just put me with the other guys Bruce is fighting," Gene says casually. "Got it." They start filming. Bruce moves through the scene smoothly. He takes down the first stuntman easily, then the second one. Now it's Gene's turn. Bruce walks toward him with that same confident stride. He gets into his fighting stance. He throws a punch, full speed, full power. Gene moves his head just slightly. The punch misses by about an inch. Bruce looks surprised. He recovers quickly and throws a kick. Gene steps forward into the kick, closing the distance. This takes away its power. Bruce is getting frustrated. He can't land a clean hit. "Cut!" the director yells. The fight coordinator approaches Gene. "You're supposed to let him hit you." "Oh, my mistake," Gene says. "Let's try it again." Bruce is watching Gene carefully now. Gene is different from the others. He's not afraid. "From the top," the director calls. This time, Bruce moves even faster. He throws multiple strikes in rapid succession. Gene smoothly weaves and slips away from each one. Real defensive skills. Bruce can't land anything. Bruce gets more frustrated. He abandons the planned choreography and starts improvising. He throws a jab, then a cross, then a spinning back kick. Gene catches the kick mid-air. He sweeps Bruce's other leg. Bruce hits the ground hard. "Cut!" Bruce jumps up immediately. He's angry now. That wasn't part of the choreography. "Neither was that combination you just threw," Gene points out. "You can't just—" "Can't what?" Gene interrupts. The entire crew is watching now. Bruce is breathing heavily. His anger is visible. "You want to fight for real?" Bruce challenges. "Is that what you've been doing with these guys?" Gene asks calmly. "They're soft." "Or maybe you're a bully," Gene responds. Bruce steps closer. "I don't bully anyone. I teach them about reality. These guys can't even defend themselves properly." "That's not teaching. That's assault." "Then defend yourself," Bruce says. He drops into his Wing Chun stance. Gene stands relaxed. His hands are down low. "Are you even ready?" Bruce asks. "Been ready," Gene replies. Bruce launches his attack. He throws chain punches. His speed is amazing. Gene steps backward, dodging each one. Bruce keeps pushing forward. "Stand still," Bruce demands. "Why?" Gene asks. Bruce throws a hook kick. Gene catches it and holds Bruce's leg in place. Bruce is hopping on one foot. "Let go!" "Okay," Gene says. He shoves the leg away. Bruce falls and hits the ground hard. That's the second time he's been on the ground, something that's never happened to him before. The stuntmen are watching. Some of them are trying not to smile. Bruce feels humiliated and angry. He scrambles back to his feet. "You done?" Gene asks. "No," Bruce says. He charges forward. This time there's no technique, just pure anger. Gene simply steps to the side. Bruce runs right past him. He turns around. "Bruce, you're fast," Gene acknowledges. Bruce attacks again. "Enough," Gene says. Bruce is mid-punch when Gene steps inside his range, too close for Bruce's strikes to work. Gene wraps his arms around Bruce from the front in a bear hug. His arms go around Bruce's body, pinning Bruce's arms to his sides. "What?" Bruce starts to say. Gene squeezes, not hard enough to hurt, just enough to secure him. Bruce tries to pull his arms free. He can't. He tries to headbutt. Gene's head is positioned too high. He tries to stomp on Gene's feet. Gene lifts him off the ground. 6 inches, then 12 inches. Bruce's feet are dangling in the air. His eyes go wide. He's never felt anything like this before. Complete control has been taken from him. He can't punch, can't kick, can't move at all. "Now we can talk," Gene says calmly. Bruce keeps struggling. "Put me down." "Not yet," Gene says. He holds Bruce there effortlessly, like he's holding a small child. Bruce's face shows shock that's turning into panic. "Put me down!" Gene starts walking, carrying Bruce in his arms, Bruce's feet still off the ground. He walks past the crew members, past the cameras. Bruce's legs are kicking in the air. It's useless. Rick's mouth is hanging open. Tom is laughing quietly. Other crew members are pulling out their phones and taking pictures. Bruce's face turns bright red, not from physical effort, from pure shame. The great Bruce Lee is being carried around like a small child in front of everyone, and there's absolutely nothing he can do about it. Part 3. Helplessness. Gene keeps walking with Bruce in his arms, Bruce's feet still off the ground. Bruce's mind is racing. Every technique he knows requires either his arms or legs to be free. Right now, both are trapped. Gene's grip isn't painful, it's just impossible to break. Bruce tries twisting his body. Gene adjusts his position instantly. "Nice try," Gene says. Bruce throws his weight backward. Gene leans forward to counter it. "That won't work either," Gene tells him. Bruce tries knee strikes, but he can't generate any power. They're harmless. "You done yet?" Gene asks. Bruce has no options left. Gene keeps walking past the stuntmen. The crew has their phones out. The clicking sounds of cameras fill the air. Bruce's face is bright red with shame. Bruce Lee being carried around like a toddler. Gene walks past the camera equipment, past the food tables. He does a complete lap around the entire set. Bruce finally breaks. "Let me go." Gene stays calm. "Why should I, Bruce?" "So I can stand up," Bruce says. "Is that all?" Gene asks. Bruce's voice gets louder. He sounds desperate, angry, and humiliated all at once. "Everyone's watching. Let me go or I'll kill you." Gene laughs. It's not a mocking laugh. It's genuine amusement. "I can't let you go, Bruce," he says. "Why not?" Bruce demands. Gene keeps walking, keeps holding him, keeps smiling. "Because if I let you go, you'll kill me." The entire crew bursts out laughing. The stuntmen, the camera operators, everyone. Bruce isn't laughing. Inside his head, he's thinking, "How is this possible? Gene isn't faster than me. He's not more technical. It's about position. He has the right position, and I have nothing. Every technique I know is useless right now. I can't punch, can't kick, can't move. Speed doesn't matter if you can't move." This feeling, I've never felt this before. Helpless, completely helpless. "Bruce, are you listening?" Gene asks. Bruce stops struggling for a moment. "What?" he says. "You're a great striker, the best I've ever seen, but you got grabbed. Now what do?" Bruce stays silent. "All your speed doesn't matter anymore. I took away your range. This is what grapplers do. We close the distance. We take away your weapons." Bruce is processing this information. "Want to know something?" Gene asks. "What?" "I'm not even trying hard right now." Gene loosens his grip slightly. Bruce immediately tries to escape. Gene tightens his hold again, easily. "See? You know striking. I know grappling. We're speaking different languages." "How long can you hold me like this?" Bruce asks. "As long as I want," Gene answers. "Even if I knew what to do—" "If you knew what to do, you wouldn't be in this situation right now," Gene interrupts. There's a pause. "Do you want to learn?" Gene asks. "Yes," Bruce says quietly. "Say it louder." "Yes." "Say, I need to learn grappling." Bruce hesitates. His pride is fighting against his humility. The crew is still watching. Cameras are still recording. Finally, he says it. "I need to learn grappling." "Good," Gene says. He sets Bruce down gently. Bruce's feet touch the ground. "Let's go," Gene says, stepping back with his hands up. "We good?" Bruce rubs his arms where Gene held him. "We're good." He doesn't attack. He doesn't walk away. He just stands there, thinking everything through. The silence hangs in the air. The crew keeps watching. "Show me," Bruce says. "Show you what?" "Right now." Gene considers this. "Right now?" "Yes." "Bruce, your Wing Chun is beautiful, but it's designed for standing up and fighting at a distance. What happens when someone closes that gap?" "You redirect them. You maintain the distance." "And if they don't let you?" There's a pause. "You just showed me," Bruce admits. "You didn't quit, though. You got back up. That's warrior spirit." Bruce didn't feel like a warrior in that moment. That's just ego talking. A real warrior asks, "Teach me." "I want to train with you. Grappling," Bruce says. Gene looks over at Rick and the other stuntmen. Bruce understands what he needs to do. He turns to Rick. "I was wrong. Really wrong. I'm sorry." Rick looks surprised. "Thanks." "That's growth already," Gene says. The moment that changes everything. The next day at 5 a.m., Bruce shows up at the gym before the crew arrives. Gene walks in and sees him there. "You're serious about this?" "Always," Bruce says. "We start with the basics, how to fall properly." "I already know how to fall." "You know how to land from a kick. That's not the same." Gene demonstrates a break fall. Bruce tries it. He hits the mat hard. "Wrong," Gene says. "Watch again." Weeks go by. Bruce is getting thrown constantly. Hip tosses, shoulder throws. He's landing better each time, but he's still losing every grappling exchange. It's frustrating. "How long until I can beat you?" Bruce asks during a break. "On grappling? Years. Maybe never," Gene says honestly. "But you don't need to beat me. You just need to learn how not to get caught." They sit during a training break. Jeet Kune Do, the way of intercepting fist. All my training has been about stopping attacks before they land. The timing is different with grapplers, Gene says.
Strikers react to punches. We react to distance and positioning, Gene explains. "So I need to fight grapplers differently than I fight strikers," Bruce says. "Now you're getting it." A month later, Bruce is training alone. He's practicing combinations, blending different styles together. If someone grabs him, hip escape, create space, then strike. If he gets taken down, work on positioning. Don't panic. Gene is watching him. "You're blending everything together." "I have to," Bruce says. "I can't abandon what I already know, but I can't ignore what I didn't know either." Jeet Kune Do is about using everything that works. Back on the Green Hornet set, there's a new fight scene being filmed. Some stuntmen are smirking at Bruce. "Heard you got beat by Gene." "I did," Bruce admits. "So you're not unbeatable after all." "No one is," Bruce says simply. "Want to go? Light sparring?" "Sure." They start sparring. The stuntman tries to grab Bruce. Bruce instantly sprawls, defending the takedown. The stuntman ends up on the ground. Bruce is back on his feet immediately. "You got lucky," the stuntman says. He tries again. Bruce uses an underhook to create separation in space. He follows with a controlled kick. The stuntman is breathing hard. Okay. Bruce isn't even breathing heavy. Rick is watching from the sidelines. He's different now. Later, Bruce finds Gene. "Thank you for showing me I wasn't complete," Bruce says. "Most people don't ask to learn after that. That takes real humility," Gene responds. Now, when Bruce teaches his own students, he includes takedown defense. "If you only know striking, you're vulnerable," he tells them. "It doesn't matter how fast your hands are if someone takes your legs out from under you." In 1973, during the filming of Enter the Dragon, Bruce demonstrates anti-grappling techniques, the sprawl defense, escapes from holds. Someone asks, "Where'd you learn all this?" "Gene LeBell," Bruce answers. Gene becomes a legend in martial arts, the godfather of modern grappling. The story spreads throughout the martial arts community. Gene always spoke respectfully about what happened. Bruce was tough, fast as hell. He learned my language. That takes real humility. In Bruce's own writings, in the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, there's an entire section on grappling. He gives credit where it's due. Thanks to Gene LeBell for opening my eyes. Decades later, when mixed martial arts emerged as a sport, it proved Bruce was right. You need both striking and grappling to be complete. Bruce learned this lesson in 1966. The rest of the world learned it in 1993. Gene's lesson to Bruce became Bruce's lesson to the entire world. That moment when Gene held Bruce in the air, humiliating at the time, but historic now. Bruce could have walked away from it all. Instead, he said 2 words, "Show me." Those 2 words changed martial arts forever. Bruce lost that day. He couldn't escape. He couldn't punch his way out. His speed couldn't set him free. But in that helplessness, he found completeness. Back in 1966, Bruce was in Gene's arms, yelling, "Let me go or I'll kill you." Gene was laughing, saying, "I can't let you go. You'll kill me." What looked like defeat was actually a beginning. The beginning of modern mixed martial arts. The beginning of complete fighting. The beginning of Bruce's true greatness. What he learned while feeling helpless, humiliated, and held like a child became the foundation for everything that came after. The greatest lessons don't come from winning. They come from the moments when we can't win. And Bruce Lee was wise enough to recognize that truth and learn from it.